Good morning, everyone. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord here as we're getting a look at what is happening across our entire area, and a quick check of the forecast for today is things are going to warm up quite a bit this afternoon. It looks like it's going to be one of those odd October days. Not incredibly humid to go along with it, but the dew points will back off, but the wind picks up and we're going to surge well into the 80s today when our average high is typically in the 60s. 66 is what we typically see this time of year, and we will be well above that. That's actually where we started off today. So as we get a look at the forecast on the way today, here's what we're dealing with. 70s already showing up here at the 10 o'clock hour. South wind 10 to 20 miles per hour in many spots, and the wind gust forecast only picks up from here. Could have some gusts up near 30 miles per hour as we go through the course of the morning and into the afternoon. A few 35 mile per hour gusts would not surprise me either. So overall, that looks to be like less of an issue by the evening hours. Just got to wait a little while for that to back off. Now, showers are going to stay well to the east or well to the west. We get this surge of warmth here, and that's going to end up working in our favor to send our temperatures well into the 80s. We did have a couple spotty showers and some thunder showers early this morning. That 6 o'clock and 7 o'clock hour. Had a couple of those move through, and then they moved to the east, northeast, and faded pretty quickly. So what we'll likely see is temperatures climb pretty quickly. Sorry, fighting off a little cough there. Mid 70s turn into low 80s, about 80 degrees by 2 o'clock. I think we can muster 82 to 83 for that afternoon high today. And then settle back into the evening hours and watch for rain chances to move in from the west. Overall, probably not a lot of rain after midnight, but that's the first chances are right around midnight and heading into the early morning hours tomorrow. So you can see by 2, 3 o'clock a little broken line of some showers to the west trying to move in. We'll keep seeing those stream in from the southwest, even into the early morning hours of Friday. Nothing all that widespread with those, but it is something to watch. And today's 83, you might be wondering how close to a record are we? Well, 87 is the record, so we're going to get close to it, but likely not quite today as we see a very odd, warm October day for sure. Here's a look at Friday's rain potential and how from about 7 o'clock onward that first batch of showers moves out. Notice then off to the southwest, late morning, a few more drift through. And potential there for even more as we make our way through the early afternoon. That's why we'll keep chances through about 2, maybe 3 o'clock. And then beyond that into the evening, those should move out. We'll climb into the mid 70s for an afternoon high. Saturday, we go to 73 for the high. That is before any rain chances move in. And the latest model data suggests off to the north by 4 o'clock, we'll have some of those showers. And then those will drift through by 5 to 6, maybe a few brief bursts of some rain, but that will be some wind-driven rain along with it. Notice how quickly it moves out towards 10 and eventually 11 o'clock. So we are on our way to what likely is a very windy evening, but could have some wind-driven rain showers with it as well. Latest look at those wind gusts, I think pretty easily go 35 to 45 miles per hour Saturday, late afternoon into the evening. So you'll be talking about that 3 to 4 o'clock window, where those pick up a little bit more and then persist into the evening even after any rain is done, and that'll drive in some drier air. So temperatures will drop off, dew points will drop off Saturday, and we should have a cooler day on Sunday. But notice the dew points staying pretty low all the way through a good chunk of next week. That's a nice drop on the muggy meter. And something else to watch too, first alert to the way temperatures and the wind will pick up on Saturday. I think we could do that again on Monday with this next batch of showers dropping in from the northwest. Look at how we got some evening showers moving through Monday as well, and I think the wind is going to be a bit of an issue with those during and behind it too. So another batch of showers there, another potential for some wind gusts to kick up in the evening hours. The direction varies a lot each and every day. Today we got wind out of the south, tomorrow it's southwest, switching to the northwest. Then Saturday it's out of the northwest. Sunday still out of the northwest, a little bit out of the south on Monday, then northwest again. It's a lot of changing wind direction and several more windy days into the middle of next week. So pay attention each day. You'll get the latest on the wind gust forecast, which direction it's supposed to roll out of, the timing on any fronts, timing on any rain chances, and how those all work their way through. But notice beyond, highs in the 60s for a good chunk of next week. So we should be about 66 this time of year by next week. Those average lows fall off into the lower 60s. So still a little bit above average, and that warmer than average weather may persist. Notice what you don't see, though, any 30s for overnight lows. We have not dipped into the 30s yet this season. And we're pretty late into October to have that happen. Here's a look at the top 6 list of the latest we've ever had our first dip into the 30s. So we are on the 16th of October today. To get onto this list, we need to make it to Tuesday, so the 21st of October. Right now, the next best potential to dip into the 30s would be Sunday morning, but right now we still have 42 in the forecast. And then you look towards Wednesday or Thursday morning with the next possibility. So lows are getting a little colder, but still nothing that looks like a sure thing just yet. So that list is something we'll watch for the latest we've ever dipped into the 30s. Then you got to start to look at the latest first frost we've ever had, and that gets into November. That's 36 degrees or colder. Usually at 36, the air temperature, we can get some frost. And then you get down into the lower 30s, we obviously start to talk about a freeze, but with that 36 degree air temperature, we actually measure the temperature about 6 feet off the ground. So when it's 36 there, it can be a little colder near the ground level and get some of those 32s, 33s, and lead to a little bit of frost in some places as we see the temperatures dip a little bit. Now the latest first freeze gets us well into November, so we'll see if that's something that is threatened. We may make a list for the latest hard freeze as well, which is 28 degrees. Haven't done that yet. We'll see if that could still be a month away. So if that's a list we need to make, we will make it later. But overall, warmer than average weather might take us through the end of the month. All it takes, though, is one really calm, clear morning to get an isolated temperature that dips down into the mid-30s, and when the rest of the time is well above average. So we'll be watching to see when the next best potential for that is, and keep an eye on some of these record lists and see what happens. But right now, the first one that's within reach is being the latest time we've ever dipped into the 30s at this point in October. So if we make it another 5 days or so, that's where we'll be. Here's another look at that 10-day forecast. Today's the warmest. Got a home game Saturday of next weekend, Nebraska back in play. If you're heading up to Minneapolis for this road game, that, not looking too bad. Temperatures in the 60s for the most part to start. Should fall into the upper 50s the way it looks. Any wind that's out there will back off. Any showers should be long before this 7 o'clock kick down in Lincoln. So that's where we'll leave it. Jarrett's going to have the latest on midday, and we'll be talking about how the forecast evolves here tomorrow and through the weekend as well.